Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. All right, guys, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most significant shifts in our NFC West race in quite some time. I mean, we've seen big moves before, but a potential trade involving Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs to the 49ers. That's the kind of blockbuster that could redefine the entire playoff landscape and, frankly, make us serious contenders for another Super Bowl. So let's unpack this step by step, because it's not just about a player changing jerseys. It's about a seismic shift in how our defense could operate, how the division could look, and what it means for our chances of bringing that sixth Lombardi back to San Francisco. Now the buzz is that the Chiefs, sitting at 11-1 and with a pretty tight cap situation, around $3 million remaining, are exploring the possibility of trading Chris Jones. According to Adam Schefter, the idea is to swap him for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2027, essentially reallocating their cap space to extend Patrick Mahomes and keep that offensive machine firing on all cylinders. It's a move that makes a lot of sense from their perspective. Jones, a dominant force on the defensive line, is 31 now, and Kansas City might see this as an opportunity to get younger, save some cap space, and focus on their offensive firepower. But for us, the 49ers, this isn't just a rumor, it's a potential game changer. Chris Jones, drafted back in 2016, has built a Hall of Fame-worthy resume. Over his career, he's accumulated over 410 tackles and 78 sacks, and he's consistently been among the most disruptive interior linemen in the league. His PFF grade of 98 over the years really speaks volumes about his impact, and he's a 5-time Pro Bowler with 2 All-Pro selections. His production this season has been impressive, with 13 games played, 29 solo tackles, 21 assists, and 9 sacks. He's also been a force in forcing fumbles, with 2 fumble recoveries, and his pressure rate of 17% shows just how much he gets into the backfield. Week 5 saw him rack up 2 sacks and 7 tackles, all while remaining injury-free. No small feat, especially at his age. His versatility, especially his ability to excel as a 3-technique defensive tackle, makes him a perfect fit for a team like ours that values disruptive interior pressure. Now, why would the Chiefs want to trade him? Well, with a hefty hit of $28 million in dead cap, they're probably trying to shed some of that and focus on their offensive line and secondary, areas where they're looking to add depth and youth. It's similar to what we did last offseason, right? Investing around $15 million to keep our veteran core intact after the Purdy deal, trying to get a bit more cap flexibility. The AFC West is a tough nut to crack, especially with defenses that are allowing only 18.9 points per game. So Kansas City might see trading Jones as a strategic move to bolster their draft capital and continue building their dynasty. But for us, this is huge. Imagine a defensive line with Jones lining up next to Javon Hargrave. The potential is enormous. Our defense, which already ranks around 27 points allowed per game, could see a jump of over 23% in run-stop rate, and we'd project an increase of 10 more sacks, taking us from 38 to nearly 48 sacks on the season. That kind of pressure on opposing quarterbacks would be devastating and could be the difference-maker in close games. Opposing teams would have a much harder time establishing the run and finding open receivers when they're constantly under heat. And that's exactly what we need to elevate our defense to elite status. And let's talk about how this impacts our overall strategy. Adding Jones would significantly improve our ability to control the trenches, which is always the foundation of a championship team. His presence would complement players like Javon Kinlaw, who's been performing well with an 81. 2 PFF grade, and it would allow us to generate interior pressure more consistently. The stats speak for themselves. With Jones, our run yards ceded per game could drop from 112 to around 86. That's a massive reduction, and it would make opposing offenses think twice before running the ball up the middle. Plus, his ability to collapse the pocket would create more opportunities for our edge rushers to get after the quarterback, boosting our sack numbers and overall pressure. Now, from a strategic perspective, this trade isn't just about bolstering the defense for the sake of it. It's about creating mismatches and forcing opponents into uncomfortable situations. The 49ers defense, which already excels at limiting points, allowing just 27 points per game, would become even more formidable. The addition of Jones would give us a boost in red zone stops, where we've been solid but could improve. Against teams like the Rams, who are currently at plus 350 odds to beat us, a dominant interior presence could push those odds even further in our favor, maybe to plus 450 or better. Historically, when the Chiefs added Jones after the draft, they saw an increase of 145 tackles in the following season, and that kind of production could be replicated here. We're talking about a player who in 2025 has registered 13 games with 29 solo tackles, 21 assists, and 9 sacks. That's consistent high-level production. Furthermore, the impact on our offense shouldn't be underestimated. When our defense is forcing turnovers and getting to the quarterback more often, it creates better field position and more scoring opportunities for Brock Purdy and the rest of the offense. Plus, with the cap space freed up by this move, around $20 million after possible restructures, we could look at extending guys like Christian McCaffrey, who's been a true game changer for us. His yards per carry have increased by plus 0.7 this season, and with more pressure on defenses, his effectiveness will only grow. It's all about creating mismatches and exploiting weaknesses, and adding Jones to our interior line would elevate our entire team. Now, let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Super Bowl odds for the 49ers, which currently sit at plus 500, could drop significantly, possibly down to plus 250, if this move materializes and the defense takes that leap forward. It's no secret that elite defensive tackles can be game changers in the playoffs, especially when facing high-powered offenses. The 49ers, with their dominant pass rush and stout run defense, already have a solid foundation, but adding a player like Chris Jones could be the final piece in the puzzle. It's about building a team that can grind out wins in January and February, and having that interior disruptor is absolutely key. In conclusion, this potential trade isn't just a rumor. It's a signal of serious intent from the 49ers front office. They're looking to reinforce the trenches, to build a defense that can dominate for years to come, and to make sure that we're not just contenders but favorites. The Chiefs are clearly trying to maximize their draft haul and cap space, but for us, this could be the move that elevates us from a good team to a legitimate Super Bowl favorite. Imagine a defensive line with Jones, Hargrave, and Kinlaw, creating pressure from all angles, forcing turnovers, and setting the stage for our offense to do what they do best: execute under pressure and put points on the board. This is what we've been dreaming about, guys. A defense that's relentless, a front that can control the game from the trenches, and a team that's ready to chase that 6th Super Bowl. So stay tuned, because if this trade goes through, it's going to be a game changer. And we'll be right there, front and center, cheering every sack, tackle, and big play. The 49ers are gearing up for a new era of dominance, and Chris Jones might just be the key piece to unlocking our full potential. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. Do you think this move is the missing piece? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing Jones in red and gold? I know I am. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. We're on the cusp of something big, and I couldn't be more pumped. Let's go Niners!